Nature of science, technology, and society. Science includes the systematic study of the structure and action of the physical and natural world through observation, experiment, and technology is the application of scientific knowledge for practical purposes. NOS and NOT have been used to refer to the epistemology of science. Science has a way of knowing or the values and belief inherent to the development of scientific knowledge. These characterizations, nevertheless, remain general, and philosophers of science, historians of science, and the same goes for not. Subsequently, an individual's understanding that observation are constrained by our perceptual apparatus and are characteristically landing is part of the individual understanding of the NOS and not. In general, NOS and not refers to principles and ideas which provide a description of science and technology as a way of knowing as well as a characteristic of scientific knowledge. Many of these intrinsic ideas are lost in the everyday aspects of a science classroom, resulting in student learning misaligned ideas about how science is conducted. Understanding how technology relates with science and society is critical for individuals to make informed personal and societal decisions. Nevertheless, in most STEM education contexts, learning about technology typically only means learning how to be an efficient user or perhaps an informed A meaningful technology education stresses that science education efforts also teach students about NAT. Essential questions like what technology is, how it is related to, yet distinct from science, how it shapes and is shaped by society, and perhaps most importantly, how technologies impact the way individuals think and act.
What is science? Science can be thought of as both a body knowledge, the things we have already discovered, and the process of acquiring new knowledge through observation and experimentation, testing, and hypothesizing. Both knowledge and process are interdependent since the knowledge acquired depends on the question asked and the method used to find the answer. Natural science, social science, formal science, and applied science. What is technology? Technology is the application of science to solve problems. Technology is the making, usage, and knowledge of tools, machine, technique, craft, and system of organization to solve problems.
Hi, and good day to you all, and welcome to our broadcast. We will discuss about the nature of science, technology, and society. Let's start this off with what exactly is science and technology.
That's actually a great way to start this off. Science and technology are both factors of one another, one providing service and the other providing the natural movement of things in this world.
Yes, those two do work together quite well due to technological advances to require science in order to make a specific task possible.
Those facts are actually very accurate, but now let's talk about the characteristic process of science and technology.
That's actually another great topic to discuss, Nika. The characteristic of both don't stray away far from one another due to the requirement of each other assistance as discussed a while ago.
That's true. As discussed a while ago, these two operate like two peas in a pod. They are practically hatched with or for one another, being a science relying on reality and PC and technology relying on the scientific method.
But Bea, let's not forget, science relates on technology too. Thanks to devices, scientists are able to create vaccines or cures faster than back in the earlier days.
Yes, thank you for pointing that out, Nika. But let's move on to how science, technology, and society rose to be a new field of study.
Alright guys, that's very interesting part of the topic right there because the rise of STS into a new field of study is due to the questions humanity has regarding how they evolved from the current era and how society could be part of this evolution.
That's correct, Karil. And let's not forget that a great example would be the STEAM area. The STEAM area are introduced multiple things such as trains and steam, cars, boats, and whatnot.
But Nika, another things to take into consideration is how it's helped society in terms of communication. Thanks to these new modes of transportation, people could travel further, which in turn could reach other people around the world.
This broadcast is actually pretty amazing and knowledgeable. I hope the audience has learned something from what we're discussing. As all of these do seem interesting, we'd like to thank you all for listening and hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Thank you.